show them, G. People been waiting on you all day.
So wait till everybody come in.
Why you gotta wait, man? Just start the show. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, come one, come all. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, G. I see y'all coming in. We got Dr. DeCosta. Pretty gangster. This is going on the internet now. Lucky Lefty Bigum. All your moderators. Christy O. Todd. All they plugged in. The train master. I see him now.
On the Gene Gill Show.
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 Be a member, y'all.
Remember?
On the Gene Gill Show.
On the Gene Gill Show.
Come and be a member, y'all.
Remember?
On the Gene Gill Show.
On the Gene Gill Show.
Come and be a member, y'all.
Jersey Rick,
On the Gene Gill Show.
On the Gene
Monique Hill,
Come and be a member.
Dawn Abercrombie, Nicole Goins. Yeah. J Markin 314. Keisha 78. All these people that's my members. The rest of y'all, get with it.
So paperwork with producer, sliding like Medusa, just getting looser and looser. Exclusive for losers, they on my Instagram, baby, they mad cause paperwork and deals. Membership, subscribe and hit the like button. There's nothing on YouTube, we ain't doing this shit for nothing. Cash out, PayPal, and hit super test, relax. Tune in, we about to get it.
Come and be a member, y'all.
Hey!
On the Gene Gill Show.
On the Gene Gill Show.
Come and be a member, y'all. On the Gene Gill Show.
On the Gene Gill Show.
Come and be a member, y'all.
Remember?
On the Gene Gill Show.
On the Gene Gill Show.
Come and be a member, y'all.
Remember?
On the Gene Gill Show.
On the Gene Gill Show.
Come and be a member, y'all. On the Gene Gill Show.
On the Gene Gill Show.
Come and be a member, y'all.
Honey butter.
On the Gene Gill Show.
On the Gene Gill Show. Paperwork for producer, paperwork for producer, we sliding like Medusa. Paperwork for producer, paperwork for producer, paperwork for producer. That's on that Gene Gill Show. Paperwork for producer, boy, Gene Gill, man. Paperwork for producer, we sliding like Medusa. Paperwork for producer, paperwork for producer, paperwork for producer. That's on that Gene Gill Show, Lego.
Sean White. We got to let this ride out with paperwork. Paperwork is the producer. He is the producer. Shout out to my boy John Paperwork over there, the Paperwork Show, and all the paper chasers and the paper clips. Listen, I decided today that I was going to do a show that came into fruition 28 years ago. 28 years ago. This story was told by me on many of occasions. It's on many of occasions the story was told by me. But for those who are new to the channel, for those who are new to the Gene Gill Show, I was going to let y'all know what I have let people know throughout the years. So, for those who know my story, you can go to somebody else's channel right now and not spoil it for the rest of the people who don't know the story. or don't know how things went down when the Notorious Big lost his life. Before I get started, I want to say Elijah Foreman, Elijah Foreman, Elijah Foreman is a member, y'all. Hey, Elijah Foreman, Elijah Foreman, Elijah Foreman is a member, y'all. Go now, Lester Foreman, Elijah Foreman. Elijah Foreman is a member, y'all. Elijah Foreman is a member to the Gene Deal Show. Thank you for your membership. Shout out to my man Lucky Lefty. I gotta leave that up there because I don't know why they didn't let me put my stuff up here today. But if y'all want these books, I sent out everybody book today. This is the first book I wrote. My World of Bodyguard and a Hip Hop Star. Go on Instagram. Go on what's that? Not Instagram. Amazon. Look at the reviews. Out of about 1,000 reviews, I got like 2 bad ones. We know it was 2 bad ones because there's haters out there. This is the second book I wrote. A classic. The first one is a great book, but this right here is a classic. This right here will go down in history until y'all read the third one that I'm writing right now. Until y'all read the third one that I'm writing right now. Momo L. What up, Mo? What's up with you, Ma? Shout out to Miss Bestie out there. Yeah, I ain't home. I ain't got your lotion, Miss Bestie. So, hey, sorry. Y'all know what this red cup is. So let's get it on the ball, man. Let's get it on the ball. At about 9 o'clock, I get a call. And this is March 8th, the day before the Notorious Big lost his life. And it was saying, Gene, get ready, because we are going to a party. Now, all this week, I've been fighting Kirk Burroughs for more security. I told Kirk Burroughs that we need more security because I was the only one that was there for Puff. Big had Paul Offord, who is over Bad Boy Security. And when I mean over Bad Boy Security, only me and Wolf had our own contract. Everybody else came through Paul Offord. So he was the one who secured the studios. He had the people to secure the houses. He had the people that secured the office. Me and Wolf is the only one that had our separate contracts with Bad Boy. You know what I'm saying? Wolf didn't have to work, and he still got his pay every week. I remember Wolf's mother telling me that she had like 12 checks that he had not even cashed. And Puff and them used to get mad at him because he wouldn't even cash the checks. He'll be holding them. And Wolf was getting guap. So I get this phone call. I'm fighting with Kirk all week, wondering why we don't have no security. Because Kirk had told me to get me out there. He said, man, we wasn't going no but to the Soul Train Awards, and we was going to do some studio time. And that was it. Me and Puff was running around Cali like we was chickens with our heads cut off. And they was about ready to cut our heads off. So I get this call from Unique over Mecca Audio Unique, and he tells me, through a girl named Don Farrow, it was a 3-way conversation that got cut off. And then I called Don back. I said, Don, that was Unique, because all I heard him say was vest up. I didn't even know Dawn knew Unique. You understand? But Dawn was doing her thing back in the day. So she knew the hustlers, she knew the players and everything. So when Unique told me to vest up, so I called Dawn back. I said, "Who's that? That was Unique. Unique from Mech Audio." We went through that whole lingo. So now I talked to Chaz Williams, told him what Unique told me, and Chaz Williams, who was a gangster, at one time, and he ran Black Hands, and Black Hands was a part of the Guerrilla Black Mafia in the federal correctional facilities and stuff like that. Some of them, they was all entwined with each other. With Tupac, I think that was Tupac's father, Shakur, and all that was all entwined with each other in some kind of way. So Chaz told me, yeah, it's gonna be some street shit. They coming at y'all, bro. So now I was head of Black Hand Security, and Chaz always had my interests, as well as his own. So he wasn't gonna let nothing happen to me. He was gonna always forewarn me of shit that was ever went down. So shout out to my bodyguards in here. Thank you, Honey Butter. Honey Butter, I'm gonna do a show on tomorrow on YouTube so I can give you your wrench. Give me my wrench so I can give you your wrench. So Chaz wasn't gonna let nothing happen to me. Shout out to Francis Willard out there in Canada. You understand? So now Chaz let me know that. And the funny thing about it, Stevie J was hanging around with Jodeci Devante. Was it Davin? I think it was Davin. He was hanging around with Davin, not the one on the piano and everything like that. I think that was Davin. Yeah, he was hanging around the one that wasn't on the piano. That was Davin. They had this other dude was with him, who was from North Carolina, and he told me also. He said, "Yo, we ain't going to the party, man. Y'all shouldn't go to that shit." And I was like, "Oh shit!" I think the kid name was D. So now I got like three people that already told me, but everybody in America knew that we had no business in California in the first place. Everybody in America knew that we didn't have no business in California. So, like I said, I'd already told Kirk Burrows that we needed more security. And he called me back and said, Puff said he wasn't getting no more security. It's like, yo, damn. So I had already made up in my mind, no matter what I had to do, I'm coming back home. You understand? I'm coming back home. I had two daughters that depend on me. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing I wasn't going to do to get back home to my daughters. So when they called me to come over, I was staying at the Beverly Hills Hotel. Me and Puff was staying in the bungalows back there. I had the adjoining suite to his. He had the largest suite in there, and the bungalows. So I had the adjoining suite to him. I know who came in, who came out. He was partying with Sally Richardson. A couple of days prior to this party, he had took D Rock out with him. That's Big's man. Two, and they stayed with each other. They stayed gone for all day while me and Big was in the Winnebago, and the kid was telling me his life story. He was telling me everything that he had planned to do. He was telling me everything that he wanted to do. And I was listening to him. Then I was asking him questions. I was asking him questions about publishing. I was asking him questions about marketing. His mother even called in, and I told Miss Wallace. I said, Miss Wallace, I was there when Big called in, and you was talking about the contractor was saying that um, he needed $60 more thousand, and or he was going to stop building your house. I've been to that house. That house was in Philly. And she said she was gonna stop building the house, Miss Wallace. I was right there. He said, Ma, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got him. And then When he hung up the phone, yo, I no diddy, I tore into his ass. I was like, damn, nigga, you owe everybody. And Big was just looking at me. He's like, you what? I say, you owe Mike Gadget 30,000 for putting those drop boxes in your truck. And he was like, yo, how you know that? I said, yo, Big, niggas run they mouth. I said, Big, niggas run they mouth. Right? So then he said, wow, this shit is crazy. So he told me his whole story, how he wrote Lil' Kim shit. He was telling me about, how Charlie Baltimore was his girl and how she was going to be nice on the mic. He even said that uh, Cameron was the best out of all those cats in the rapping shit. He liked Mace, but he didn't like Mace because I said, what about Mace? Nigga, Mace is nice. Because Mace was writing a lot of shit for Junior Mafia and Lil C's and everything. Well, Lil C's, he was writing a lot of shit for Lil C's and everything. He's like, yeah, but Mace, he had to change his name. First he murdered Mace, and now he just Mace. This coming out the Notorious big mouth. You know what I'm saying? So now I was laughing and everything like that. And he was asking me for Newports. I had those box Newports and they had those soft pack Newports. There's a different taste. So I get ready to go over there. So I say, yo, man, I got to tell this nigga Paul what's going on. Because Paul is dipping, into Bad Boy. He getting paid for Bad Boy. And Arista had paid for 2 securities for Big. Instead of Paul getting the 2 securities, he takes the job himself. You understand? Instead of, hiring 2 securities for Big. So now he's getting a check from Bad Boy and he's getting a check from Arista. You know what I'm saying? Because Arista, I didn't know at the time, was paying me for being out there for Puff. Yep. Arista was paying me out there for being for Puff. Gotta do this shit right here. Sorry about that, y'all. But I gotta make sure I stay on top of this shit. And I know, some of y'all not gonna like it. And some of y'all gonna get mad. But this the Gene Deal show. So I gotta do what I do. That's why I could say a Bally X. A Bally X. A Bally X is a member, y'all. Hey, Bally X. A Bally X. A Bally X is a member, y'all. Go Bally X. Yes, Bally X. A Bally X is a member, y'all, to the Gene Deal show. Bally X, thank you for the membership to the Gene Deal show. Appreciate you. Yo, I know y'all may have gotten this clown out of here, but I see him anyway, and I know y'all say I'm gonna see him, but I'm gonna ban him for good. Half a homo gonna come on my show. Tell me I'm lying, nigga. Prove that I'm lying. You could never prove that I'm lying, because nigga, the truth has been coming out like crazy. It's been coming out like crazy. Like people tried to say that what they try to say, I was vindicated by Kirk Burroughs. Nigga, I'm not vindicated by no other man. I'm vindicated by God and his word. I'm vindicated because I've been a man standing on this shit and standing on this ground and telling the same damn story and telling it like it happened. That's why can't nobody refute what I'm saying, because I was there. And when people tell a story and people start talking about it, it always matches up what Gene Deal said. Now, I'm over there. The limousine picks me up. We in Cali. And they takes me over to it's Andre Rail house, where Puff had left the hotel and went over there and started staying with Kim, because Kim was over there. So that night he would start staying with Kim. So I thought, shit, that nigga gone? I'm trying to, get into something like that. I didn't know we was going to the party. But when I get the call to come over there, I say, yo, let me talk to these niggas, man, and maybe I could change their mind. Miss Darling talking about my handsome internet boyfriend. What? Trying to get me killed out here. Had your man running after me. Ooh, Lord have mercy. So I get over there. And I say, yo, Paul, niggas gonna try to come out and kill us tonight. Yo, where you get that from? I said, man, I got that intel, man. I got it from my man Unique, Chaz, and a couple other people, bro, like that. He said, you gonna tell Puff? I said, yeah, I'll tell Puff. So I said, where he at? He said, he upstairs. So I ain't going all the way up them damn steps. You understand? I got a big enough motherfucking mouth. You know, I'm gonna call him, hey, yo, Puff! Puff! Hey, yo, Puff! So Puff come out, and then Kim come out behind him. They both got on white robes with the B H on it. BHH, I think. And you know, I said, damn, these motherfuckers done stole the damn they just stole the robes from the Beverly Hills Hotel. Cause you know, when you stay in like those presidential suites, they give you those white long robes and stuff like that, white thick robes, like those cotton robes, thick and stuff like that. So then I'm laughing and everything like that. They come out, you know what I'm saying? I say, yo, Puff, I got some intel, brother. If we go to this party, niggas are gonna try to kill us tonight. You know, and Kim looked at him, you know what I'm saying? He said, yo, Gene, I don't want to hear that shit. If you don't want to go, you ain't gotta go. I'm like, yo, what? He said, Gene, if you don't want to go, you ain't gotta go. Now, as far as I know, Paul ain't got no gun. They got an Inglewood police officer that's working that I found out that night. Kenny Story, he carries, and me. And I usually pass one to Paul. He's the head of Bad Boy Security. This cat is telling me that I don't have to go. And he knows that I'm about the tightest one on the security detail right now. So I've been in this house before because this is the same house. Have you ever seen those pictures of Puff in a white suit and one of those flotation device and sitting in the pool? And he did an article, I don't know if it was for Rolling Stone or Billboards. You know what I'm saying? This is the house we was at. This is Andre Harrell's, one of Andre Harrell's property. I walked through the house, and it's because I hear voices. It's these guys. It's the street team. They there, and it's a long wooden table right there, and it's a phone. So they talking and everything like that, and I call the block. Back in the day, for you young people that don't know, they used to have pay phones everywhere. They used to have pay phones everywhere. Thank you, Lucky. Get them out of here. I'm still seeing them though. So get them weirdo ass niggas out of here, Luck. You understand? I'm gonna leave that up there for a minute, Luck. You know what I'm saying? So I know they said I'ma still see them no matter what, but get them out of here. So every block had a payphone. And if you hung out on those blocks, you knew those payphone numbers. You know what I'm saying? You knew those payphone numbers. You know, we had ours on 112th and 8th Avenue, right there on the corner. I knew the number from 144th and 8th Avenue. That was the same gang block where we used to hang out right there in front of the store. You know, so if you ever want to know who was out on the block, you would call a payphone. You understand? Because people had just started having cell phones, but you didn't use your cell phone till after 7 o'clock. You didn't use your cell phone till after 7 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when it was free. Because if not, you'll be getting them $900, $800, $1,200 cell phone bills. And that was true story. That was true story. Get this right here. So, this is what it was. I call the block. Sean picks up the phone. I say, yo, Sean, the slick there? Yeah, they in the game room. And I guess Miss Pleasant is right next to him. She grabbed the phone. At the time, before Miss Pleasant became Miss Pleasant and she had the pop-off show, we used to call her Shay. I was like, yo, what up, Shay Boogie? What's good? I said, yeah, it's good. I said, I'm out to Cali. She said, yo, I heard, man. She said, yo, you know all them dudes down on 12th Street got arrested today. Jim Ice and them. They had took like 30 niggas off of 112th Street, and they crew was called No Fear. I gave them that name. We had a basketball team, and we call our basketball team No Fear, and we was playing Pop them, who was the X-Men in the Kingdom tournament. So I had gave them that name, No Fear. You know, I even drew up the t-shirts where I did a lamppost. You know, I had D. Ferg do the shirts for me. It was a lamppost with the light shining down. And in the light, it was all the dudes who had passed away. And then we put No Fear at the bottom of it, you know, on the street. I did that whole design. So now, Slick come to the phone. I was like, yo, Slick, yo, I talked to Unique, I talked to Chaz, I talked to this other cat, D, and they told me that these niggas gonna come kill us tonight, you know, so if we go to this party. And so what Puff said, he said, and I said, he told me I ain't gotta go. He said, well, don't go. He said, don't go then. So I was like, man, I can't leave these kids out like that. He said, all right, man, but you know, if you don't come back here, you know, that nigga gonna have a problem with me. I said, yo, I'm coming back. I ain't worrying about that shit. You understand? So then I hung up the phone. So when I hung up the phone, I had this feeling that came over me, and it was just like something just was like a just went through me, and I just started beating on the table. Boom, 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 and this nigga D Max say, yo, Gene, what's wrong? I said, niggas ain't listening, man. If we go to this party, somebody gonna die tonight. And then he said, we lock and load together. We lock and load together. I say, I don't see none of you niggas locking nothing. I don't see none of you niggas loading nothing. Got up and I walked out the door. When I walked out the door, I see Big sitting in a green Suburban. D-Rock and Tone is playing with a Nerf ball with a goal. One of those Nerf goals, and they just playing like they dunking and stuff like that. Lil C's is sitting back of Big. I hadn't seen Lil C's all week because of the fight that Charlie Baltimore and Big had. Because Lil C's had left pictures in the bag in Big's room, and Big had told him to take it to his room. So all that week, Lil C's had been on punishment. He hadn't been around Big and he hadn't been out. Because he definitely was nowhere around the Winnebago. And if you look at that video, I think is what is it? It ain't going back to Cali. No, it's not going back. Notorious. We had the women in the pools, the women and the mermaids, and he dancing and stuff like that. You notice that Lil C's nowhere in that video. That nigga was on straight punishment. Big was heated at him. Because Charlie Baltimore and him got into a fight, and Charlie Baltimore took that nigga Rolex and his ring and threw it out the window of the hotel. And it landed in the grass in the back. They found the watch, but they never found the ring. Unless them essays didn't give it back. No, senor, no see no ring. Me no see no ring, senor. We saw the watch. We got the watch. But no ring, senor. Had a lot of diamonds, right? Big didn't get that shit back. Y'all know what this red cup means. I'm drinking my bourbon. Now, Big is in the car. I'm like, yo, Big. What up, Gene? I say, man, if we go to this party, niggas is going to try to kill us, brother. Word? Lil C's open up his motherfucking mouth. And he had said, yo, Gene, go ahead with that old cop shit. You think you know everything. And I guess I lost my focus, man. I don't know what. I shouldn't have paid this little young, dumb, full of cum ass nigga no attention and start trying to plead with Big. But I said, yo, C's, what you need to do is get you a GED. You know what that is, nigga? That's a good enough degree. So they don't cheat you out your money like they did your man right here. And Big, because you know me and him had that conversation about, you know, him and Puff and how Puff had his marketing, how Puff had his publishing, and how Puff got it by Mark Pitts and Wayne Barrows telling him to sell it to Puff. Big management was the same niggas who went to school, as far as Mark Pitts went to school with Puff. And they became his managers, you know, because of Puff said they was going to help him. You see how they helped him. You see what's happening now to him right now. Selling his publishing, selling all his music. You understand? Right now, today. Shit, you can't make this shit up. So now, Big says out his mouth to me, yo, Gene, you talking all that shit. You keep on, I'm going to have D-Rock and Tone hold you while Lil C's get his shit off. I say, yo, Big, all that sound good, it make it, all that shit sound good. It may make you feel good, but I'm telling you one thing, that shit won't be healthy. And when I said that, the nigga Puff was coming out the door. Come on, y'all, let's go. I jump in the car with Puff, sitting behind Puff comfortably. Puff is in the front seat. I'm right behind Puff. I'm 6'7". I'm sitting comfortably the whole 9 yards. So now we go to the Peterson Museum. So before they get out to Peterson, you know what I'm saying, before we get out and everything like that, I'm always spearheading shit. I goes to the door. I let the people know we about to come in so they can make a path for us to come right in and we could go wherever we have to go. But you got to understand, Big is now on a cane. He had been pushed around in a wheelchair. But I guess he didn't want people to see him like that. So it was probably real difficult for him to make it upstairs and everything. So they cleared the doorway out. I watched 23 guys go through that door. 23 guys go through that door. I watched 23 guys go through that door. So we get to our seats. We go up the stairs, and we were sitting way in the back. We were sitting in the back by some cars or whatever. They were behind us. Puff had his table. Puff told them to bring all the rest of the bottles that they had in the back. So they was bringing the Dom Perignon or whatever like that. And we sat right there. So me and Puff was running back to the DJ booth at first. And then Puff just said, yo, Gene, stay behind Big. Stay with Big. And I was like, stay with Big? He said, yeah. So he disappeared. He was going back and forth. And then he started bringing girls over, telling Big, yo, we going to get his pool party tomorrow. Gene, remember her. Gene, remember her. We giving a pool party tomorrow. And he just kept on telling bringing girls over, saying that for me to remember them. And then one time Big just said, how the fuck Gene gonna remember all these girls? Who you think he is? You understand? So I'm just looking at him. I was just laughing and everything like that. So I took a napkin off the table and I wrote, I'll remember on the napkin. So now, Keefe D comes up. Now, Keefe D, I've never seen him around Big them. Only time I seen Keefe D around, if he was with Puff and Zip them, they used to always come up there and gamble. At one time, the last time that week, he even came up and Trex was with Arnell Simpson. And this was when Arnell Simpson was bad in the, oh my Lord God. She was with my man Tretch. She was looking good in the motherfucker. I'm like, yo, damn. That's OJ daughter? Yeah, that's OJ daughter. Tretch had, I think, beat them niggas for about 60 to 80,000. They was playing dice. So I know Keefe D for being around us. Like when we was on tour, certain places in the West Coast, he would come with his crew. I knew Orlando because he used to love that white. I think he had probably like 5 of those white jerseys with the number 13 on it. Because every time I seen him, he used to have one on. I ain't throwing no shots at Orlando. Yo, Gene, come on, you throwing shots at Orlando. That was my man. You know, He dead in that thing. I know he dead. But he used to like that white jersey with the number 13 on. Okay? Is that all right? I got jerseys I like too. I just don't wear them every time I'm going somewhere. Yo, look, put up the Cash App and put up the book stuff again for me, brother, if you can hear me. If you out there. And while we taking an intermission, I just want to let y'all know Ms. B is a member, y'all. Hey, Ms. B. Ms. B is a member, y'all. Go, Miss B. Ms. B is a member, y'all. To the Gene Deal Show. Thank you for your membership. All right. Hold up, check this shit out. This kind of shit to try to throw your Gene, I love your story, but you make everything about you, no disrespect. The fuck what is wrong with you? This is what I went through. Have you fell and bumped your damn head? I'm telling you what happened. I'm telling you what I saw. If you don't like it, keep your stupid ass comments to yourself and go someplace else. I'm not asking you to be here. If you don't like me telling my story and you go try to clean it up with talking about no disrespect, it is disrespect because it's what I saw, it's what I used to deal with, it's what I went through. Point blank, period. On that homo shit. I'm doing a show right now. Yolanda Bean. Gene, I love your story, but you make everything about you. It is a disrespect for you to say that. Don't try to clean it up. Get your ass on out of here. My man Paperwork is in here. Shout out to my man Paperwork. So now, Keefe D comes up. I say, Big, do you know who that is? Big says to me, no. I'm like, yo, that's Keefe D. That nigga's a boss nigga out here. He one of the bosses from the Crips. So I said, yo, Keith, Big Keith. Keith said, I know him. Yeah, I know Big. You know what I'm saying? And they gave each other dap. Then Keith D went to the side. Big stayed right there. D-Rock came over to me and he said, yo, Gene, I ain't never seen you look like this. I ain't never seen you look like this, Gene. I said, yo, dog, shit is going down tonight, bro. Shit is going down. I'm looking at the Bloods on the other side. They forming. Voltron. They forming. One of the Bloods came over to, I don't know if he was a Blood, but he had a death row pennant on. He had a burgundy suit with a black, like, mock neck. And he tried to come on. He walked through D-Rock, Paul, and everybody. I stepped up in front of him when he came to Big, and I said, yo, man, what's up? He said, yo, bruh, I just want to holler at Big, man. It's about the music, man. no shit. You know what I'm saying? I said, yo, big dude want to talk to you. You know, he's saying something about some music shit. So I guess Big, he was a producer over at Death Row, and he was telling me, man, I just want to do some music with you, whatever, like that, whoop-de-whoop, blase, blase. That's what it was. He stepped off. So now Puff is coming back over here. And Puff came back over and he said, yo, Gene. No, he said, yo, Big. Introduced these girls like that. Yo, they coming to the party. They coming to the party tomorrow and everything like that. Yo, Gene, remember. And when he said, yo, Gene, remember, he was walking off. You know, Big looked at me like this. And when Big looked at me, I just had the fucking napkin. And the napkin, I had the napkin. I put it up on him like that. And it said, I'll remember. Big just had the real big Kool-Aid smile on his face. He had this Kool-Aid smile on his face. And then that's what it was. So next thing you know, the fire alarm was going off. And then they was drinking and everything like that. I meant to tell y'all that Kim, Sally Richardson, the mother girls, and some of my other girls was at the table to our far left. Right? And I was thinking in my mind when I seen her over there, I said, yo, if Kim only knew that Sally Richardson was with that nigga and she got him at the table with him. Now, they were swingers or something like that, but I don't think Puff was allowed to swing without her. Have other girls without her, because if she'd have known that shit, she'd have went crazy. But if it was couple thing, they used to do that shit. But at this particular time, I don't think Kim even knew that the nigga was with Sally Richardson, but she probably guessed that or something like that. Don't know. But they were sitting at the table together. So the alarm goes off, and I see the fire department start coming through. Because I don't know if somebody pulled the smoke alarm or whatever like that, or it was just too many people smoking up in there, because there was a museum where they had like $1 million cars that we was at. So they said we had to leave. So I hand D-Rock one of my friends, and I say, yo, Rock, watch Big until I come back. I went downstairs and I got the cars and I set them in front of the door that we came in, because that's the door that we're going to leave. I set them in front of the door when we came in. So I'm thinking, we get Big downstairs, we jump in the car, we leave. We got away with this shit. We going back to our prospective places. But they had decided that they was going to Steve Stout's house. Steve Stouts was Nas' manager or something at the time, and Nas and them, they was giving a party up there in the hills. Now I had spoke to Chaz, and that's where they had went, and that's where they were going. They were going to the party in the hills. So I called Chaz. Chaz said, I'm on my way down there. Don't go to the party. Don't go to the party. Because I said, why? He said, I'll tell you, because Chaz was the type of person, that's going to discuss some gangster shit or anything like that over the phone. So, but I'm feeling good because I know they on their way down to the Peterson Museum. I know it's going to take us a while. I don't know where the hills is at, but I know it's going to take us a while, because it's going to take Big about 20 to 30 minutes to walk out this motherfucker. So Big is taking his time and everything like that. I come back upstairs. D-Rock give me my girlfriend, and we walk Big to the car. We get Big in the car and everything like that. So Big is in the car. Everybody's in the car. Now, I'm looking for these 23 motherfuckers walked up in the club with us. There's only about 12 of us now. Kenny, Stevie J, Groovy Lou, Puff, myself, Little C's, G Money, D Rock, Paul, the cop from Inglewood, Mario from the street team, and one light-skinned slim kid. Everybody else, Mr. We Lock and Load Together, is gone. D-Mac. Chuck Bone, gone. And who all of them other cats was, gone. They had already went to the party in the hills because they felt the fever that the Bloods was giving on the other side of the room. So now, I'm going back and forth. Puff is still running to the car, bringing a couple of girls over to Big. I said, yo, Big, man, we got to get the F out of here. Why? He said, that's your man, Puff. So I said, yo, Puff, why are we standing right here? Why are we right here? He said, we got to wait for Paul and them to get their car out the thing. We ain't never waited for nobody to get nothing out ever before. We'll be in New York City. Puff Daddy will leave his mama at the club. When we come out that fucking club, we getting in them cars and we out of there. What's the problem now? We in enemy territory. Why are we waiting around? So now, they had to move the cars up because cars was coming out. So we moved up towards the parking garage. We're still in the vestibule and in the garage, but we right there where the crosswalks at, where you exiting out the back way. Something was happening on the front way where the ambulance, the police, and everybody over there. I later found out that somebody had shot in the air. And the police had surrounded his car. Come to find out that, and this is through the FBI telling me this, that the guy told the police that he was fiddling around with his gun. He shot in the air, and the police surrounded him. And the FBI found out later when they checked his cell phone that the guy had calls going to and coming from the death row office. The guy that they shot in the air on the other side of the museum. That's why the cops, the firemen, the policemen was all on the other side. We was on the other far side where nobody was over there. So they standing, the car, Puff car is the first car. He's sitting in the car at this time now, right there in the crosswalks of the garage. It's at one time they had this big like column right there. So I'm leaning up against the column, watching him. There's one guy in a blue and white shirt walks down the street, and he stops in the middle, and he don't say, what up, Puff? What up, Big? Or none of that shit. And he just walks straight through. So then I'm keeping my eye on him. And I asked Paul, did he see the guy? And Paul said, yeah, what happened? What happened? It's nothing. I said, it's good. It's all good. This guy right here, it was strange to me because even if everybody know Big, everybody knows Puff. even if you some kind of gangster or whatever like that, you gonna speak and say, yo, what's up, what's happening? This nigga ain't say nothing. He just walked through. He had the blue and white. He had the white shirt with the blue on. I'm on point about this anyway because I know me and Mace had this conversation a couple of days earlier that the Crips wanted Big and Puff from that shit that happened in New York when they were shooting that video. And Big got on the radio and said, I don't believe y'all gonna let the Dog Pound and all of them shoot a video in Red Hook, and then they end up getting that video. They end up getting it shot up. They end up getting it shot up. So after having that conversation with Mace, Mace told me that. So I'm like, okay. I'm looking at anything because these niggas can't stay off their colors. But I'm looking at this dude funny all the way till he walked through. He just walked through. He walked through. Stopped for a minute, then he just walked through. So now, about 5 minutes later, after this dude walked through, 5, 10 minutes later, this dude coming down the street. I'm peeping around the column. So I got my gun under my shirt now. I had that black #4 Mecca shirt on, vest up in the whole 9 yards. I see this guy in his blue suit, white shirt, blue bow tie, peanut looking head walking down the block. And he just walking. And when he got about 2 to 3 car lengths from Puff, I come from behind the vestibule, and he just stopped in his track. So he didn't even try to look like he was looking for somebody. He just stopped. And when he stopped, I put my arm all the way down, and I had him bladed. If people know what I'm talking about in blading, in law enforcement, they teach you, don't give your body up like this. Give your body up like this. That's called blading. So that you don't give the target this to shoot at you, you give them this. So I'm bladed looking at him, and he don't say a motherfucking thing. He just looked at me. I looked at him, and he just walked away, going back down the street that he came. So the funny thing about that is that I had just had a conversation with Mustafa. That was Farrakhan's son. We were on a tour bus, and I never knew too much about the Nation of Islam, but I learned everything I needed to know that day riding that tour bus for all them hours talking to Mustafa. And Mustafa said something that was Mustafa, if you don't know who he is the captain of the FOI. He's the head and the main man that was in command. He was actually the guy who stopped me and Puff when we had that incident at the Soul Train with the FOI members. Mustafa is the HNIC, the head nigga in charge, without a problem. I can't hear, so I read. Thank you. Francis, oh, you can't hear me. Francis Willard, thank you for even being here. You know what I'm saying? I sound bad on here, y'all? Somebody said I sound all choppy and broken up. Honey Butter, I sound bad? If you watch my biblical portrayal of Biggie Smalls, I did a whole show on that. Think that I know. So now we get ready to leave. The guy from the Nation of Islam, he done walked away. Mustafa told me on that tour bus, the people, a man from a Nation of Islam that follows them, and he's a Muslim. They are taught to humble themselves. When they look a man in his eye, he will humble himself with the words, Assalamu alaikum. When this Muslim looked me in my eye, he ain't say a goddamn thing to me. Well, maybe he wasn't a Muslim because everybody that wear a bow tie and sell a bean pie and got a final call in his arm ain't a Muslim. Or he ain't a FOI member. My man Charlie gonna kill me for that one. So let me have the FOI come to your house, Gene. They're gonna have to get through a whole lot of vice lords and GDs to get to me. Hmm. All right, Mike Larry, thank you for that, sir. Appreciate you, Mike. Charles Wilson, appreciate you, Charles, for being here. Appreciate you for being here, man. VIP Entertainment, salute. So now we line up on side of the museum. We line up on the side of the museum. We pull out after the Muslim left. We line up on the side of the museum. Right, I don't see him and stuff like that. No, right there. So now we going back and forth. There's 3 girls that are out talking to Big them in their car. So now there are 3 girls talking to Big them. So I go to Paul and them. I say to Paul, Paul, what's going on, man, with your car? He said, yo, the car's coming out now. So Paul comes back to me about 5 minutes later because I'm right there in front of Puff's car by his window, looking downward. But I got my body blade to the back of the car, so I'm looking both directions, so nobody will come, I would say north or south, or east or west, whatever. So Paul start walking up. I said, y'all ready? He said, y'all ready. Puff decided that we're going to Steve Stout's house. I said, yo, Puff, I was told we shouldn't go to you. Say, yo, Gene. So I ain't want to say a motherfucking thing. I was just hoping Chaz would get there. And Chaz was on the other side of the corner waiting for the light. It was a flashing red light. Chaz and had came up to the light as we was going through the light. But prior to we getting to the light, this is what happened. Paul came up to me. I say to Paul, y'all ready? He said, yeah. I said, y'all follow us. Now we in front of Big's car. G Money is driving. Paul and I is right there in front of the thing. Paul is big security. They right behind Big them in a Ford Explorer, something like that. I want to say a Ford Explorer or a Charger, or something. Not a Charger. It's a Ford Explorer or is a Cherokee. But I'm gonna stick closer to the Ford Explorer. So now we right in front of Big's car. G Money is listening to us. The girls are on the sidewalk. We're in the streets. We're next to the cars that are parked right there close to the curb. I say, y'all follow us. Say, yeah, okay, cool. I get in the car. No. I get on side of the vehicle, like I'm going to ride on the side of the outside the truck because it had those bars at the bottom. The step-up bar. Puff said, yo, Gene, what you doing? I said, nigga, I want to ride for the next 3 blocks. He said, Gene, we don't need that. I said, what you mean we don't need that? He said, yo, Gene, get in this car. I said, get in the car, nigga, I'm trying to do my job. He said, yo, Gene, if you don't get in this car, you ain't gonna never work for Bad Boy again. He said, you ain't gonna never work for Bad Boy again. I guess I'll take another break. Jenna Ferguson is a member, y'all. Hey, Jenna Ferguson is a member, y'all. Yeah, Gina Ferguson is a member, y'all. Go Gina Ferguson is a member, y'all. Thank you for your membership to the Gene Deal Show. This nigga said I wasn't gonna work again. Nigga, I had 3 jobs. I was a New York State parole officer. I ran elite investigations, 3 apartment buildings. I was giving parties with the same gang and the Slick and the family. Nigga, you needed me. So I got in the car. When I got in the car, this nigga lets his seat back down. Like, yo, what the fuck is you doing, man? Kenny gets ready to pull out. I said, yo, Kenny, run the next 3 lights, man. He said, why? I said, if you don't run the next 3 lights, Kenny, let me drive then, brother. Let me drive, Kenny. He said, all right. And we jetted off through the light. It was a flashing red light, people. It was not no steady light. It wasn't no yellow light. It was a flashing red light. We ran through it. A flashing red light. And I don't know how she want me to say this, but Amy Joe Peaches, Amy Georgia Peaches, Amy Georgia Peaches is a member, y'all. Hey, Georgia Peaches, 82. Amy Georgia Peaches, 82. Amy Georgia Peaches, Amy Georgia Peaches, Amy Georgia Peaches is a member, y'all. Amy Georgia Peaches, Amy Georgia Peaches, 82. 80 Georgia Peaches is a member, y'all. Amy Georgia Peaches, Amy Georgia Peaches, Amy Georgia Peach is a member to the Gene Deal Show. Take your long ass name on, Amy Georgia Peaches, 82. Thank you, Amy Georgia Peaches, for your membership to the Gene Deal Show. Oh my God. So now, We go through the light. As we go through the light, Kenny stops because Tone said, yo, Kenny, yo, hold up, Kenny. Somebody's pointing a gun at Big them. So as I'm trying to look back, this nigga got his seats back. I'm 6'7", so I'm trying to look back. Tone must have seen it. He said, they pointing a gun at Big, y'all. Then we hear some go, and you could see the guy come from off the curb because he's on the corner. He's parked on the corner. Because Big and them didn't come through the light with us because they still talking to those three girls. He's parked on the corner. He's parked on the corner. The car was parked on the fucking corner. It was not no drive-by. Stop listening to these motherfuckers who wasn't there. Stop listening to these people who got certain agendas. Stop listening to these people who not telling you the truth. The car was on the fucking corner. Parked there the whole time. They got the pictures. They have to have the pictures. Because it's right next to the museum. They have to have a guy going in and out the car. They had to have it, bro. They had to have. They got those pictures. They got those fucking pictures. They got him when he was coming down to see me and Puff. When he came down there and we saw this motherfucker, they got him going into the car because there's no way they gonna give a party with all us. It was enough for us in there to make a Tarzan movie. Do you hear what I'm saying? They got a museum, the Peterson Museum, an automobile museum with $1 million of cars. So you know their security is tight on that camera shit because it's enough to make a Tarzan movie. So you know their camera shit is on point, inside and outside. They got banks across the street. They got stores across the street. It's enough footage that they have that they know who is the murderer of the notorious B.I.G. Kenny guns the car going forward. I'm screaming my head off because I tried to open a fucking door. But I can't go no fucking where anyway because this nigga done let his seat all the way back. He got his head down now after the bullets start ringing out. I'm screaming at Kenny, what the fuck is you doing, Kenny? Kenny, what the fuck is you doing? He said, we don't know who he's shooting at. Motherfucker, they just said he's shooting at Bing. Turn this motherfucker around. Kenny stops after we get down the street, backs up, turns around. We stop. We go through the light and stop right in front of Big's car. Puff jumps out the fucking car. I jumps out behind him. Big is in the car. He's still responsive in the whole 9 yards. Tone said, Gene, come on. Me and Tone jumps in the Suburban that Kenny was driving. We chase after the car. We go down the block. We turn, make a right, and we see this car, the car by itself, alone on the highway, alone on the street. And it seemed like it was going up like a slight hill. We following the car turn. When we get to the top of the hill, we don't see shit. Tone screaming, talking about, I wish I had my truck. I wish I had my truck. Because every time we go and we go up to like 90 to 100, the car just, it had one of those government chips in it. It had a government chip in it. J Markin 314. J Markin 314. J Markin 314. J Markin is a member, y'all. Hey, J Markin 314. J Markin 314. J Markin 314. J Markin is a member, y'all. Hey, J Markin. J Markin. J Markin is a member, y'all. To the Gene Deal Show. Thank you for your membership, J Markin. Appreciate you. So I say, Tone, let's get back, man. You know them niggas ain't got nothing. So we go back. When we go back, I go straight down to the museum. When I go straight down to the museum, I just post up against that column and I chill. I just lean back against the column. I'm looking to see if anybody says something or whatever like that. I see DJ Quick. He got on all black. He's coming down. He said, yo, he on the cell phone. He said, yo, I think they got one of them bad boy niggas. They said they was going to get him. As soon as they said that nigga paused right there. Yo, Gene, come on. We about to take Big to the hospital. I'm sitting right there so motherfucking stupid. So the ambulance is right across the ambulance is right on the other side. The ambulance is on the other side in the garage. My fucking stupid ass should have been running to get the fucking ambulance. I should have been running to get the fucking ambulance. So we get back. I go back up to the car. I'm in Big's car. Puff is now sitting behind, talking about they going to the hospital. Big is still alive because Kenny is getting in the car because Puff says to Kenny, you know where the hospital was at? And Kenny said, yes, I know where the hospital was. He said, yes, I know where the hospital was at. He said, you know where the hospital was? He said, yeah, I know where the hospital was. Kenny said, Big, I'm going to get you to the hospital. Big said, just do it. I said to them, yo, don't let him go to sleep, y'all. Talk to him. Keep him up. Whatever y'all do, don't let him go to sleep. Don't let him go to sleep, y'all. The last words I heard Big say was just do it. When Kenny said, I'm going to get you to the hospital, Big said, just do it. I'm going to do this, y'all. Harlem Divas. Harlem Diva. Harlem Diva is a member, y'all. Yeah, Harlem Divas. Harlem Diva. A Harlem Diva is a member, y'all. Oh, Harlem Diva. Yeah, Harlem Diva. A Harlem Diva is a member, y'all. Hey, Harlem Diva. Yeah, Harlem Diva. A Harlem Diva is a member, y'all. Thank you for your membership, Harlem Diva, to the Gene Deal Show. All right, mama. Appreciate you. The hospital was supposed to be 2 blocks away. It took us about 20, 30 minutes, man. That was the longest fucking, wherever that was. I don't know how far that hospital was from there, but it took us a long time. Tone was back cursing, saying, what the fucking hospital at? Even though Kenny was running lights, it just took us a long time. It was crazy. Mr. Jones, shout out to Elite Investigations. Yep. Took us a long time. We get to the hospital. Somebody runs in the hospital. They get the orderly. He comes out with a gurney. We got to get Big out the car. I'm on the door. I grab Big. We got to turn him. I tell him to let the seat all the way back, so we can lean him back so we can pull him out. I go to grab him to pull him out. I see where he has soiled himself in the front. I see, and you could smell the shit. I'm sorry, Miss Wallace, because I know you told me don't say it when I was speaking to you, and you didn't want to hear it like that. I truly apologize. But I dropped his leg because I knew he was dead. I knew he was dead. I dropped his leg. Rapper of all time is gone. The greatest rapper that we knew lost his life just that quick. But we still got to get him in the hospital. And it's something about dead weight. It's just so heavy. And the brothers who understand what I'm saying, no Diddy, you got to get it from your nuts. I grabbed him. Other people on the other side grabbed him. And we lift his ass up on that gurney. We took Big into the hospital. Next thing you know, those 23 motherfuckers, or 12 people, or 11 people who left us, now they want to come up in the hospital yelling, screaming, talking shit, saying what the people got to do. I lost it. Y'all get the fuck out this motherfucking hospital and let these people do their job. Before I tear this motherfucker up, yeah, with y'all ass in it. Don't play right now. They got quiet. Puff runs out the door. He grabs my arm. Right here. G, we gotta pray. We gotta pray. Push that nigga hands down. Pray for what? That nigga's dead. This ain't shit that you well, you do read about it because I told it in my book. But this is shit that when you live it, when you experience it, you never get over the feeling. Every time you hear his music, you see somebody with the picture on his face on their shirt, on their picture. You see billboards, you see different advertising. You hear the music. You constantly go through that experience that you had. What hurts so much when these half-ass, homo-ass niggas get on this internet and try to tell a story that they know nothing about, that they didn't experience, when they try to lie to you people and try to get y'all to think that it happened another way. When a motherfucker come on here and talk about you, try to make it about you. Get the fuck out of here. I'm telling you what I know that happened. The God honest truth. What I saw, what I experienced, what I touched, what I felt, and what I fucking know. You didn't live this. Thank you for the uh, thank you for the break. I gotta find her name. I gotta find her name. Where's she at? Where's she at, y'all? Jersey Rick. Brother Gene, thank you for that super chat, Jersey Rick. Brother Gene, you tried everything you could do, and yet it still happened. Sometimes a calling from a higher power made that call that day. We all will. I hear you. Thank you, Jersey Rick. I gotta find her name. Hey, Nurse Ka. Miss B. What Miss B talking about? This lady's a new member, and I didn't call her name out. Somebody help me. Lucky, help me, bruh. Her name is Monique. Help me, Luck. Somebody. I seen her name. She's a new member. I'm looking through the chat, and I can't find her, y'all. Look, text me that girl number, please. Her name is Monique. She just became a new member. Please. I don't want her to miss out. What's magic? Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Monique Mitchell. Monique Mitchell. Monique Mitchell is a member, y'all. Hey, Monique Mitchell. Monique Mitchell. Monique Mitchell is a member, y'all. Yeah, Monique Mitchell. Monique Mitchell. Monique Mitchell is a member, y'all. Go, go, Monique Mitchell. Monique Mitchell. Monique Mitchell is a member, y'all. Thank you for your membership, Monique, to the Gene Deal Show. It said, tell Kirkborough he tried to come with his fake stories before and the lawsuit got dropped. No, that ain't what happened, brother. That's not what happened. See, Jermaine Harding, what happened is this. First of all, Kurt had, and I don't want to get involved in this shit, but Kurt had put in his paperwork wrong because Diddy mother is the one he was supposed to sue, and that's who he's suing now. And Kurt had what you call was brought up under investigations on some, I don't know, whatever he went to jail for, and they had took all his paperwork. The feds had took all his paperwork, all those files and everything he had. The feds had took it all. Now, I don't know how Kirk and Diddy did their thing, but Kirk was the president of Bad Boy. He did have that 25% of Bad Boy. And him and Diddy was in some kind of relationship. And he got a legitimate lawsuit because a boss can't fuck his employees. Point blank. Not in New York City. Monique Mitchell, thank you. Thank you, Raquel Murray. Raquel helped Gene. I appreciate you. So now, the Notorious Big is pronounced dead. But they don't say nothing. I already knew it. Paul had came out, and I said, yeah, Paul, he dead. He said, no, Gene, that's just trauma. I said, nigga, pissed and shitting on himself. Nigga, the fuck is you talking about? Trauma. So now we got to get we got to get Puff out of New York. I mean, out of California. Sorry about that. We got to get Puff out of California. That's what they telling us. Chaz them come over to the whatever the Mount Sinai, whatever, Cedar Sinai, whatever the name of the hospital. I feel better. Chasney was over there. So Chaz gave me a couple of extra men. So now I'm feeling safe because these cats know what to do in time, the situation. You know, that's black hands. We got to go to war. We going to war. These niggas is going to war with you, just on what Chaz is saying. So, we said that we got to get Puff to San Diego. They got a jet for him to fly out. San Diego is 120 miles from where we at. So they following us. I'm in the car with Puff. And we about to go and get on this G5 jet to come back to New York. Then Puff say some, no, I'm behind Puff. I think. Then it's Paul in the car with Puff now. It's Puff, Paul, Groovy Lou, and Kim. I'm in the car behind them. Chaz is in the car. Chaz and his crew, they had two cars in behind us. One on the side of us, one in the back of them, on the other side. You know, like you're supposed to come. And Paul and them stops. And Paul comes to your Gene. Puff said, we don't need all that. I said, Puff said, we don't need all that. I said, Puff said, we don't need all that. Nigga, Big just got, man, all right, don't worry about it. Y'all go head on. I got out the car, and I got in the car with Chaz and them. I said, yo, my man, just take me back to the hotel. I'm at the Beverly Hills. He said, we don't need all that. Puff and them went on their way. I went on my way. Next thing you know, I get back to the Beverly Hills Hotel. I'm chilling. About 15, 20 minutes later, I hear somebody in Puff room. I knock on the door real hard. Groovy Lou opened the door. He's getting Puff stuff out of there. And they ready to go back to the they going to the place in they getting Puff out Cali. Big body ain't even cold yet. And this nigga's getting out of Cali. Didn't wait for Miss Wallace, didn't do nothing. Got the fuck up out of there. Left Big there. got back to New York. He did. I was still out there. The next day, Chaz took me to this steakhouse that was garlic. It was fused with garlic, everything. I forgot the name of it. And I got me a flight out, but I went and helped Mace and spoke to Kirk Burroughs. And Kirk was trying to get everybody out of California. And that's what it was. This was the night that we went to that party. This was the night that all the plans to murder the Notorious Biggie, it went down. Be Skinny Locks, Be Skinny Locks, Be Skinny Locks is a member, y'all. Hey, Be Skinny Locks, Be Skinny Locks, Be Skinny Locks is the member, y'all. Be Skinny Locks, Be Skinny Locks, Be Skinny Locks is the member, y'all. I go Be Skinny Locks, Be Skinny Locks, Be Skinny Locks is a member, y'all, to the Gene Deal Show. Thank you for your membership, Be Skinny Locks. A retreater, a retreater, a retreater is a member, y'all. Hey, retreater, a retreater, a retreater is a member, y'all. Go retreater, retreater, retreater is a member, y'all. Retreater and Big B Skinny Locks. Thank you for your membership to the Gene Deal Show. Appreciate you, Mom. Now, y'all know the rest. It's been out there. I've told this story for years. It's been 28 years. 28 years. We got motherfuckers out here that's trying to refute it. You can't refute the truth. You got motherfuckers over here trying to make it their story. If you wasn't there, it can't be your story. If you knew all the shit that I went through, you would wonder why I stand that way I stand. Because I put it on God. God is my witness. I could not have came here and told this story and stood on it if it wasn't for God. People call me all kinds of liars, motherfuckers, this, that, and the third. Nigga, you capping, you want internet fame. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I've always been that nigga. I've always been that nigga. Let's keep it a buck. You go back, look at pictures of me. I ain't never been no bum ass nigga. When I got old enough that I could work, nigga, I showed people that I could shovel shit for a living to get it and make it happen. And I did that. Nigga, I would go from one job to the next job and then find a fucking hustle to make sure mine's had. Nobody was going to feel my pain. I always been that nigga. Ain't nobody going to change that about me. Anybody I love, anybody I'm around, ain't nobody gonna feel my pain. I came here for the love of Anthony Wolf's mother. I came here for the love of my friend D. Ferg. I came here for the love of Miss Wallace and the truth. I came here because I was tired of this bullshit and these people making up these lies and these stories who wasn't even there. Hey, Leela Harris, what's up with you, mama? Your young ass. Finally caught me live, huh? Lee, salute. Thank you for the love, Lee. Mix out there in Chicago. Mookie. Well, it's hard in a situation like that. What I would have done different. We in enemy territory. I wanted to stay out there on the street and ride on the car. I'd had a better chance in helping Big. But we in enemy territory. If that's my only ride, I can't get left there. It's a difficult situation. Had I known Chasman was already there, you understand, I would have said F Puff, because now I can ride with them. They was on the other side of the street and we didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. And then we go out the years, you find out more and more information. And I tell y'all, facts change feelings. Feelings don't change facts. You see David Mack and Kevin Gaines that night. They got pictures of them at the Peterson Museum, like they having a powwow after the big shooting, which is crazy. The I got those pictures from who's the people left? What's those people who on Big? My mind. Well, who's the picture left who could do the story on Big? Nikki now. The dossier. I got those pictures from the dossier and I showed it with another internet person and they tried to make it like they had found it and they was a and they messed up some stuff from them. So you find out a lot of truth. Then they pay the number one detective, Greg Caden, to come in and spill lies to y'all about it's a drive-by shooting. No, bruh, stop that bullshit. Wasn't no damn drive-by shooting. The nigga pulled out the parking space, shot Big, and turned the corner. Yo, they got the tapes, y'all. When the detectives came to see me at my job and I met them over at the hotel, I saw the picture that they had of me, Puff, and the guy who killed the notorious Big. They know. Thank you, Monique. I love you, Gene. Your heart is bigger than gold. Big loves you from above. You are his hero. Your heart still, but you are still the hero. Nah, I ain't no hero. A hero ain't nothing but a sandwich, ma. But thank you for those compliments. Um, I could say that I've been in some situations and blessings had came to me, and it's only, and I know it's only that people of above is looking out for me. So thank you, Monique. And you remember now, Monique Mitchell. Monique Mitchell. Hey, Monique Mitchell is a member, y'all. Hey, Monique Mitchell. Monique Mitchell. Monique Mitchell. Thank you, Monique. I appreciate you, Mama, for that super chat. Yo, you get people that support these channels and support these people for the time they spent and the stories they give. And that's a beautiful thing. I truly appreciate all the people that cash app, buy my books. I don't know if y'all know, man. For a dude to sit down here and write a book, you ain't got niggas that read books, but we read books. But you got a guy that came in here and write books and write books that are enjoyable, that put you right there, that put you right there. Support it. Thank you. I know Marv James. It's PTSD. What I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna stop living. I'm not gonna stop loving. And I'm gonna continue doing what I gotta do. D Genius. Yo, let me tell you something about D Genius, y'all. He just cashed at me. He said, Gene, the first time I heard you was last night. And he bought a book. He said it was something authentic, it was something honorable about you, and I'm gonna support it. Now I get this guy, and this is only the second story he probably heard from me. Shout out to D Gen Us out there in Boston. He has supported me in the last 2 days than a lot of people who've heard thousands of stories. You understand? Who heard how 50 Cent came out and like, yo, Gene, don't worry about it, bro. You understand? That we got history. When the dialogue decided to drop that 50 Cent piece and drop that story, what I told the truth, I finally told the truth about why 50 hate Irv Gotti and them. A lot of people gonna bring on a lot of hate. Niggas gonna talk a lot of shit, but I don't give a shit. These are stories that gonna go down in history, and y'all gonna know they not going to go and be swept up under the rug. People gonna say they can hate me for whatever they want to hate me for. But I told the truth and I'm telling the story. If these guys is two gangsters to tell it, if they two this, that, and the third to tell it, that's all right. I'm a college graduate. I told it. I was in law enforcement. I told it. I'm a citizen. I'm a taxpayer. I told it. And if you don't like it, fuck you and feed you beans. Yo, listen here. I'm sorry to end the show like that, but thank you. And I appreciate y'all time. This has been Big Gene. Make sure y'all support the Paperwork Show. Make sure y'all support the Pop Off Show and continue to support Gene Deal's show. And I appreciate you and thank you, man. And rest in peace, Notorious Big. Rest in peace, Miss Wallace, Miss Jones, Anthony Jones, Terrence Jones, D. Ferg, all the people that we had lost in this whole bad boy era. I couldn't go to bed reading the book, especially knowing you were talking about it. Definitely PTSD. PTSD therapy. Okay, Blue Sunshine. Yo, y'all be good. Peace. Later.